Cancel.
Schweezy.
Ooh, I love this one. NPR stating, Mariah Carey says we should finally hear her secret 1995 grunge album. As Mariah Carey was recording her smash hit 1995 pop album Daydream, she and her fellow musicians were also secretly putting together a grunge album. Carey first mentioned the existence of the secret album in her 2020 memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. A version of the record was quietly released at the time under the band name Chick, titled Someone's Ugly Daughter, with Carey singing backup vocals. In a new interview with the podcast Rolling Stone's Music Now, Carey has shared that recordings of the alt-rock album with her lead vocals have been found, and she hinted that the elusive project will finally be released. I think this unearthed version will become, yes, something we should hear, she told Rolling Stone. She suggested, without providing details, that she was even building on the record with an unnamed musician. I'm working on a version of something where there'll be another artist working on this with me as well. Carey described the project recorded after long days in the studio while working on hits such as Always Be My Baby as an outlet for her during a period when she felt particularly constrained. I had no freedom during that time. That was my freedom making that record, she told the podcast. Carey told Rolling Stone she was inspired by bands such as Hole and Green Day at the time. She adopted an alter ego, and she recalled in her book, I was playing with the style of the breezy grunge punk light white female singer who were popular at the time, you know, the one who seemed to be so carefree with their feelings and their image. At the time, she recalls that there was no unease about her grunge lyrics. I honestly wanted to put that record out back then under, you know, the same pseudonym, just put it out and be like, you know, whatever, let them discover that it's me, she told Rolling Stone, but that idea was kind of stomped and squashed. Carey said she even did the album art a cockroach and some sprawled lipstick. That's very grunge. She remembers driving around shouting lyrics to a song she wrote that nobody knew. Ultimately, she said that a friend of hers named Clarissa Dane recorded lead vocals and wrote a grunge song with Carey, and it was released with Carey on backup vocals. That version is no longer widely available, but it seems like the version that Carey wants us to hear may be coming soon. This is like such an interesting thing, I think, in regards to like understanding the music industry, especially understanding the music industry in the 90s, because nowadays, like, it's so weird. And this all start, I mean, I would say I've been doing music since like maybe 2007, 2008 and shit like that. And, you know, you kind of had to understand how the music industry works and kind of go through the motions of how the music industry is. And that was the time of the internet, and everyone's like, you don't need a record label anymore. The internet's going to make you famous. So for some people, it made them got them their initial fame. But that initial fame, you look at it, it's like, it gave them enough fame for record labels to want to sign them. And, you know, before that, you were just like, you play shows and get people to like you, and that's how you get your record label. I mean, it was like kind of the same thing. Now, you get to it now, and it's like, oh, this person's popular on TikTok? Can they kind of sing? Maybe we should give them a record deal. And it's like, well, and it's different from, like, this guy sells out clubs. Should we sign them? Nah, let's sign the person who's very popular on the internet. Stuff like that. And they're like, make like a single, or like, if best, they can make like 3 or 4 songs. Like, they're the Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Bitch, and stuff like that. Like, nah, that's art music. We go back to the 90s, it was, Mariah Carey was already established as an artist. And so, if Mariah Carey decided that, hey, I'm going to stop making this pop stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and do this grunge thing that I've been working on. A record label, you know, people who are working with her are like, no, we're going to lose a ton of money. And that's why that album probably never came to be, mainly because the whole, like, Mariah Carey, like, I'm going to make a grunge album. And then what was it, Jason Bateman meme, the fuck you are, and stuff like that. So I think now is actually a perfect time in Mariah Carey's career to be like, you know, we made this in the 90s, I was really into grunge, we found the recordings, I guess we're going to do whatever to finish them, and then go from there. So I think it's really cool. You know, it'd be cool, you know, it's similar to, this was similar to Machine Gun Kelly going from hip-hop and being like, you know, I'm going to write a rock album, and then he writes the rock album, and everyone's like, you failed at rap, that's why. He's like, no, Hotel Diablo did good, and Mariah Carey was also doing good at the time, too, so it wasn't big for her either, so it's really cool. I'm going to keep up with this. I want to make sure and see what's going on with Mariah, and see if this album's any good, because it could be like the best album, the best grunge album, and it also could suck ass, so Let's not get our hopes up, okay?
What?
Hey there, you just checked out a highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned something and that you are now a smarter individual. Just so you know, we have full episodes and other many highlights available now. Click here for the next best thing that you can go check out as well. And make sure you press that subscribe button and press that notification bell. That way you get updated anytime we make a new post or anytime that we make a new highlight or full episode. So thank you, honk if you love butt drugs, and stay awesome.